This is Will Buchanan reporting for the Walk for Liberty. Today is June 30th, 2008, day 78. I received a nice bump on my head today, shortly before starting my walk, courtesy of a slightly too friendly cart corral. I guess the lesson to be learned is, don't walk through parking lots with very distracting frozen coffee drinks. Since today is Monday, we tried again visiting the two Missoula newspapers that had been closed over the weekend, using our same technique of just showing up at their office after having had emailed them a few days prior. We were able to talk for about 20 minutes with John Smithers, the city editor for the Missoulian. And although he didn't have a reporter to spare at the moment, he was quite intrigued by our story, and said that he would email the editor of their sister newspaper in Helena, who he is good friends with, to let him know of our upcoming arrival in Helena this next weekend, which also happens to be Independence Day weekend. He said that if the Helena newspaper ends up doing a story on us, that not only would it probably be picked up by the Missoulian as well, but also it could be carried by their other two sister newspapers in Billings and Butte. One thing that's really exciting to me about this possibility is that since the other two times we got newspaper coverage, we talked to them when we were already in the city. By the time they printed the story, we were already headed away from it. However, this time, since he'll have advance notice about us from a trusted contact, they might be able to print the story when we're actually inside the city, or even possibly heading into it. The story might then make an impact on even more people, since then they could recognize us as we're passing through. We're currently in another cellular dead zone between Missoula and Helena. We are also in a campground dead zone, so we're going to be dry camping along the side of the road. I just stopped where our RV is parked for a little break though, and discovered that we're in a bit of a pickle. Earlier, when we had driven the RV, it didn't seem to have charged the domestic batteries, which are the batteries that power our laptops and other household appliances, as much as we thought it should have. We didn't think much about it at the time though. Later, when they were adjusting the docking clamps, they needed to move the RV a bit, but found out that the main battery was dead and that the RV wouldn't start at all. Luckily, they were still able to start the generator, which will charge the domestic batteries. And there's also a boost function, which we've never utilized previously, which will allow the domestic batteries to help the main battery start the engine. So if all goes well, we should be able to start the engine up the next time we try it. They discovered the reason was that the alternator belt had broken again. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know we've had problems with that belt in the past. We also have a spare alternator belt that we can put on. Spooky. My left knee is bothering me somewhat, so I'm stopping early today. Here's my position. This is Will Buchanan for blog.walkforliberty.com, signing off.